What's up guys, TC here and welcome back to Starbound Nightly, and today we have a ton of stuff to cover. So much has been changed in the Nightly over the last 2 or 3 days, and so we're going to try to jump right into things. First up is a continuation of the last episode with the augments, and if you look really closely here, we actually have some changes now. We actually have like some combined augments, upgraded augments, and some brand new ones here. So first and foremost, in the last episode we had some issues. The light augment wasn't working, and we now actually have a functioning one. And I have it on this one here, and as you can see, it is there's an upgraded version to it. This is Light 3. There's 1 and 2 obviously, and they kind of correspond with the lantern on a stick as Light 1. I think halogen pack is Light 2, and the xenon pack is equivalent to the Light 3. So this is very, very bright backpack light. Up next we have a mobility augment. Now this one's pretty cool because it basically it combines jump and speed into one, so now your player actually moves faster and jumps higher. One thing to point out in the Nightly, currently player jump height has been nerfed, so while this doesn't look like much, this is actually increased jump height. So I'm going to take this off and show you. I actually can't make that jump without that backpack. So I'm not sure what's going on, but they have decreased the jump height a little bit. Up next we have a really cool one actually that I've been waiting for a long time for something like this, and that is going to be a swimming augment. Right, so we're going to take this, it's swim augment. It essentially allows you, so here's our normal mobility, right? Go in the water and you maintain your speed. Now just to give you an idea of how different this is, I'm going to go over here, take this backpack off and walk, and you see it's very slow. Put it on and you can go much faster. So now you have full mobility in the water as you do on like not in the water. So very, very useful. Definitely can see a lot of people using that. So up next we have something brand new, which I had no idea this was coming. But very, very cool stuff, is our new pet collar system. So what this means is you're going to put collars on your pets. And so essentially, if we look up here, I have a Scandroid, and you'll see on at the bottom here it says light. And they have all kinds of collars, and basically you can put one collar on your pet, and it kind of changes up their abilities. So there's things like healing collar. So here we have healing 3. Healing 3 is obviously the most advanced version of the healing collar. Healing 3 heals your pet pretty quickly, passively. Healing 1 and 2, I'm assuming like this is going to be extremely hard to find. There's no way to really, I'm not sure how you're going to find these things in the game yet, but this one's extremely rare apparently because it is a legendary. So up next we have the light collar. Now this one doesn't have different degrees like our augment, but it does exist, and so I'm going to actually pop these lights off and spawn in my pet. I think he has it. Yeah, so you can see he actually emits a little bit of a light on his own, and this is actually really good because like before I was worried that only pets that gave off light naturally would really be useful because people would want them for caving. But now you can apply a light augment to your pet, and it doesn't matter if they give off light anyways. Like they're going to have it no matter what. So up next, we have a bouncy collar. Now this one's a little bit strange. This adds that bouncy effect. I'm not sure if it'll show very well on our Scandroid here, but we're going to give it a shot. So as you can see, he has this blue outline. See if we can call him up here. Maybe he'll bounce. Yeah, so he just kind of bounces. It's a little bit better for terrestrial monsters that kind of are on the ground more. So it might not be too useful for this guy. Up next we have the Oblivious Collar, and this one's pretty cool. Essentially this makes your pet like pacified so he doesn't attack. And so at first thought this might not be very useful, but then when you really think about it, so a perfect example is the Lumoth, right? Lumoth is a pre-generated monster we have in the game. He glows, so that's perfect for caving. He flies, that's really good for keeping up the player. And best of all, he phases through blocks, so he's a perfect candidate to go caving with. The problem is he's extremely weak. And what happens is when you go caving with him, he pretty much always gets in a fight with another monster and gets killed. So you put this pacifist collar on him, or oblivious collar, and he'll follow you around, but he won't engage in fights, which makes him really, really good as like basically like a little drone that follows you around and keeps everything lit up, but he doesn't get killed very often because he's not out there getting in fights. We also have a damage collar. Now this is damage 1, 2, and 3. The damage collar here does increase your pet's damage output significantly. We have a ghostly collar. Now, this one's really cool. I love this. It gives your pet that phasing ability to phase through matter. So this is really going to be useful on flying monsters. The ground ones not so much because they don't tend to interact with blocks in the same way. But the flying monster is really good because now it means any flying monster you have can actually phase through any material and keep up with you. So that's really, really good. And these last 4 here are actually called bomb collars, and they are ice bomb collar, fire bomb collar, electric bomb collar, and poison bomb collar. And what these do is whenever your pet dies, he explodes on death and he does an elemental damage. Now, I don't think this is very useful in my opinion, but I'm sure some people will love this kind of thing. I know it is a really strong attack, so that might be a trade-off. I don't know. It might be a little more of a PvP thing, where like really high damage stuff like that's more useful. I don't know. But moving on, we have some really big changes to the tech. So we're actually going to, let's see, we're going to beam up to the ship for this one. Yeah, so a lot of you who are playing, I'm going to warn you guys right now that Nightly is a mess. Like, there's no progression, there's all kinds of weird stuff. You can't upgrade your ship. I had to restart a new character and I can't get my ship any bigger than this, not even with commands or anything. So there's a lot of the tech was taken out, and I've used some AI action commands to actually get some of them back, and there's some brand new tech. So first and foremost, we have some changes to we have different kinds of dash now. So you guys remember the old dash? We now have a new dash called Blink Dash, right? So what this means is when you double tap forward, it blinks you past that location. So the description's here, upgrades your dash to blink past traps and enemies. And essentially it just means you don't actually travel that distance, you just teleport there. And it always is going to go the direction you're facing, so that's the important thing. So I mean, if I'm facing this way, actually I'm sorry, it's going to teleport you the direction you tap. So if I'm looking right, I can actually teleport backwards. But if I'm looking right and I'm still aiming this way, I can still go that way. It's just based on which arrow key you hit, that's all. So up next, we also have a change to the Morph Ball, and I think this is like a copyright issue. They've changed Morph Ball to Distortion Ball, or Distortion Sphere. So, and there's also one other thing that's kind of cool about it, is the old Morph Ball used to, like, when you'd morph into it, it would cost energy per second. The new one doesn't. So you morph into it, and it actually costs, actually, hold on. Whoops, we were in admin mode. There we go. So you morph into it, and you see it actually drains a little bit of energy, but once you're in it, it doesn't cost any more energy. So this is really, really good, because it's going to make this tech a lot more usable. What was holding it back was it's pretty much you couldn't hold it very long, but it's actually really good for exploration, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to hop out of that one. Another one that's really cool, and I think you guys will be happy to see this, is Air Dash is back. So now, this is, the old dash was really short, but the new one, you can actually air dash in the air again with this tech. Now it's not a very far dash, but you can dash on the ground, jump, and dash in the air as well. So that's very, very nice to have back. I miss that. It's going to be hard to decide which one of these I want, though. So we'll see. Anyways, so up next, what's next? What do we have? Oh yeah, okay. So I'm going to show you guys one more little thing that was added. It's down here. It's not anything crazy. This is just kind of an item that was added. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, anyways, surprise, surprise, we have a new background for the Scorched City biome. Kind of messed that one up, but if you look in the background here, we have these crazy looking, oh shit, I'm not in, there we go, I was in normal mode. If you look in the background, we have a brand new parallax back here of these like broken skyscrapers. Very, very cool looking background, very like sinister looking. We have, this is on that Scorched City biome too, so these are those, like the old, they were like basically burnt out cities, and there's like bombs and stuff in here. I gotta be really careful. There they are. Yeah, these places are like trapped, but as you can see, we have these like really, really cool parallaxes now on the Scorched City biomes. They are very, very cool. Now we're gonna go back to, where was it? Oh yeah, we have one more thing to show at that little base I have. So I got my teleport locations mixed up here. And this one's not quite as big, but it's something I think a lot of people will be interested in. So hop here. Let's time warp just a little bit. There we go. So put this away. Now if you go out here, you'll see we have 3 complete skeletons now for the fossils. So these are just like the T-Rex that we showed off in the last one. We now have some new fossils. We have the Ixodoom fossil, so you guys might recognize him as the Florin hunting party boss. So you can actually find a fossil of him now. You have to collect 5 pieces and craft it into him. Same thing with the T-Rex. You collect 5 of his, like his head, his chest, legs, whatever. And we actually have this new thing over here I've never seen. It is called an Ophidiant fossil. Now I don't know if this is some kind of creature we're going to encounter, or if it's going to be some kind of boss, or maybe we won't. I don't know, but it is very, very menacing looking. It's very big, very scary. So I kind of look forward. I kind of hope we do actually fight this guy. But anyways, guys, that's what I have for you guys today. It's a very big change to all the stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please rate, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.